All right, everybody, and we are back, and we are going right on into it. We are back, and we are going right on into it. Oh, reverb, fuck. There we go.
We all good to go, Thrifty?
We are good to go now.
We are joined, My Wang, Thrifty Senpai, here for another cast of another game. And it is Doublesword Nooblords versus Inevitable. And we've seen these bands off hot right away.
Yeah. Let's say, really quick getting into this, and I'm really hyped for this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited because we get to see Doublesword Nooblords' newest lineup really play a full game. Last week, these two played each other. We saw the surrender. Last week, Doublesword Nooblords drafted this really global comp, and then we didn't really get to see it fully vitalized, fully used, and then we get it banned out the next week.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say the major band swap up series. We see the Nocturne Bard and Ash.
Yeah, I think those are all pretty big. 30s Bard, pretty insane. He's always hitting those ults. The Ash is really good against Dan, as he's really only been playing 180 carry as far as I saw his match history. So I'm interested to see what 80 carry number 2 is for him.
Yeah. I was saying nothing new from the bands from Doublesword Nooblords here. We saw these last before. Hit tree, knock tree off of his big 2, hit the Kled 1 trick.
Yep. We do see the first pick of the draft just kind of rolling back here. Udyr getting picked for Doublesword Nooblords.
I really like that.
I really like this. I did not know Dubdrum has this up his sleeve, but, you know, I've kind of looked at Dubdrum's match history a little bit, and he's got kind of a little bit of everything, so I would expect
he has been playing the Udyr. Udyr's super strong on this patch. You see him all over in pro play. Also,
and I think he's AJS's best jungler.
Yeah, one of AJS's best junglers.
Man, is Tristana picked or banned in nearly every single game in the SBL 2.0? I feel like she's like one of the highest priority
very
picks right now.
Very high priority. I think that like a decent number of the 80 carry players like playing her, and then on top of that you have a couple people like I flex Tristana mid. I wouldn't be surprised to know that bestest one flexes Tristana mid, and in those cases, it's just...
And Tuesday's an 80 carry main.
Yeah, exactly. And like Tuesday's an 80 carry main, so I know he plays Tristana mid. Like, actually, I bet you that Lucian's him mid. And
yep,
you know what? Hot take. I'm gonna call this right now. Tree's gonna play Vigerbot. And we'll go back to that in a minute. But yeah, like that Tristana is just super flexible on those drafts.
Yeah, very flexible. We see the Thresh coming out. I'm actually surprised that the Thresh made it to round 2.
I think that
Hooks resets signature name champ.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I really like they had a couple priority picks they wanted to get here. They wanted to get Skarner, like they didn't want AGS's 0 jungle pool to get pinched more, and they also wanted to get Poppy, right? You could have maybe gotten away with not taking one of those two, because both jungle and top were locked in, but you definitely wanted to pick one at but you didn't want to leave your players open to get pinched on those pools, right? With that second set of bans, and that's something that you have to be like cognizant of. And I think with like that Viger pick, that is the potential that like flex around. The other option is maybe we see Tree go mid here, get really spicy, because I don't think I've not seen Tree play Lucian at all, so I'm really curious to see what ends up happening there.
That could be a Hooks reset, and they're gonna roll swap.
That is true.
Because Tree does play a decent amount of Zyra,
actually,
and I'm pretty sure Hooks is a really good Lucian.
Yeah, that would check out a lot. As we see Maokai support coming in, and whatever that 80 carry is gonna be.
Dude, the squishies on the back line of Inevitable, Malphite, Maokai, Udyr, man, this is a tank line.
Yasuo.
Oh, Yasuo. Where's the AP damage, bro?
Malphite, Udyr, Maokai kind of all cover it. They do enough.
Yeah, I guess
Like
it's
you have
enough.
and like Yasuo is
Yeah.
actually really interesting in the full AD comp because he doesn't actually give nearly as much of a shit about armor as other EA people because when he ults he gets a shit ton of bonus armor pen.
Makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
But
And Ari finishing off the comp over
okay, so
here.
it's I think that layout's actually saying where it is. I think you were right with the Lucian in the bot lane as hook resets. I'm not a big fan of Lucian bot versus mid. I think he's a lot stronger in the mid lane. But at the
But who cares when you skill the
that
enemy
I was going to
bot
say, yeah,
lane by as much as these two are gonna
that's exactly what I was going to say.
skill.
Yeah, when your hook reset's going against Dan though, like yeah, you get to do that because you're not playing on the same skill level. Like Dan's gold, Cal's diamond. That's just how it's gonna be. Um, really
Uh,
liking this. A very different style of composition from Doublesword Nooblords than we saw last week.
yeah, I'm interested. I really hope this new lineup and this kind of team comp shows to be just as competitive as last week.
Yeah,
After their stumblings in the first week.
yeah. I'm really hoping so.
But I think there with the 3-minute countdown, probably should mute.
Yeah, we can go ahead and give us a mute here. Lots to talk about the comps, but we can kind of talk about that in the early game. So stay tuned, guys.